In this video, we have a little exercise taken from my Everyday Ballet Online program. Now, I always have a theme for my classes, and the theme for this class is joy. And what could be more appropriate? Dancing is all about joy. So this is a basic combination. However, if you've never done ballet before, you may want to check out my playlist for ballerina basics because we will be doing several steps. Now, this is a simple exercise, but nonetheless challenging. I really hope you'll enjoy it. I am delighted you're here. Let's ballet. In this next exercise, we have several steps, so we're going to go over each one. The first step we're going to see is TENDU. You'll recall that TENDU means stretched. And the important thing here is that we want to glide the foot along the floor to stretch the toes, the ankle, the knee. So the leg is fully stretched, the knee does not bend, and if you keep the leg straight, it forces the foot to really start working, which is what we want here. Our second step is dégagé. Dégagé means disengaged, and what we're doing is we're sweeping the foot against the floor, brushing the floor to disengage. Now, when we disengage, it's a very small amount, just a couple of inches, and the goal here is to maintain that quiet pelvis as we brush the foot now into the air. Like the TENDU, the leg is straight the whole time, so try to keep it straight, especially on the closing. What I'll often see is people will bend and step. You want to instead sweep the foot back in to the first position. Our next step is PIQUÉ, which means pricked, and it's a light little pricking. When we're pricking, the leg is straight, the toes are stretched, and we want to have a silent pelvis. So in order to keep our pelvis from kind of wiggling around, we need to really feel like we're like zipping the jeans here. And we just want to be aware of the tendency for the pelvis to move and also for our hand to grip the bar. If you check in those two places and see about minimizing the movement of the pelvis, you will notice your core and back start to work. Just try to keep the legs straight, the toes stretched as you do that little pricking motion. And then finally, we have our relevés. Our rising up is what we're doing here. So make sure that when you're rising up and down, whether it's with the straight legs or if it's from that plie, make sure that the pelvis is staying right there over the feet, especially when we get tired. It is so easy to let it go back and let the chest fall. We want to just be carrying our posture up and down. And because we have a lot of relevés here, you're going to want to make sure that in every plie, the heels are down, the knees are opened out over the toes. And I know this is going to sound strange, but I really like to think that I have a long tail that's kind of like hanging to the floor, because that keeps the pelvis and the butt bone from arcing back, which is going to be a problem as we do this over and over this step. So those are some training points. My favorite part about this exercise is actually the music. So our music is from the lovely comedic ballet Coppelia. This is from the final act. It's called the Waltz of the Hours, or the Dance of the Hours. And it's actually quite a long piece, so this should feel a little bit like dancing at the bar. Just let yourself have fun. It's got this kind of bright and gentle sort of feeling, kind of starts that joy building. So please enjoy, as we do, TENDU, dégagé, PIQUÉ, and relevé. Standing up in first position, nice and tall. Feel like you're zipping a pair of jeans here. Open that chest, open the elbows. We float the fingertips up, and we open and take a light touch on the bar. We're going to start beside the head here. The leg is in front of the ear. This is our TENDU. And stretch and close and bend and straight, front, side, and back. To the side, to the back, bend the knees. Starting again. Good. And stretch and close. Let's add the arm. To the fronts, open side, reach to the back, and bend, lift the wrist. TENDU front. and bend, and side. Make sure those heels are down so you get that nice stretch. To the back, and bend. Caress the floor here, and bend, and stretch. And pressing up, and lowering down. And pressing up, and lower, and bend. We begin again. That's it. And wipe that foot along the floor, add the arm. And fronts, stretch those knees, stretch those toes, and bend and open and circle the wrist to the top. 3 dégagés. Sweep, disengage, that's it. Disengage. And bend, open. This side, make sure you're not clutching your bar over there. And bend, straight. To the back. Try to stretch that knee behind you. Reach for the toes. And bend. And beside. Beside. Good. Out and close. And bend. And bring the arm up. PIQUÉs now. We do brush, prick, prick, close. Light little pricking. Try not to wiggle in the pelvis here. Prick, prick, close. Side, prick, prick, close. Now relevés from plié. We do bend, push, bend, push. Heels down, push. Keep the pelvis right over the feet. Try not to let the butt sink back. Keep the knees wide. That's it. Push apart. Bend, second, bend, push. You'll really feel the inner thighs if you're keeping your knees opened out over the toes. Heels are down, push. Carrying your posture. That's it, you're feeling the burn, I know. Now straight legs. Lower and lift and lower and lift. Stay high heels. Bend and draw it to the top. And lower and lift. That's it. Keep your pelvis where it is. Press the floor away. Last time. That's it. And bends. And press the floor away. Off, lower, point, finish. It's very satisfying to finish on the note there. So that is a lot. I hope you felt like you were dancing at the bar. And also, just so you know, even though I've been doing ballet for 50 years, I still feel the burn. And that's because ballet works all these small muscles. And those muscles will never be big and bulky. They'll never just be huge and like carry you all the time. So they always require some thought, some consideration, and some gentle work to keep them alive and working and helping you in all your movements. All right, wonderful work. Let's do the other side. Standing up in first position, nice and tall, zip those jeans, open the chest. Let's float the fingertips up and open. Nice light touch on your bar. Starting beside. And stretch and close and bend. Now front, side, and back. That's it. Side. Stretch that knee, stretch those toes. Let's start from the beginning again. And stretch. And stretch. Add the arm. To the fronts. Standing tall. Caressing the floor with the foot. And bend, lift the wrist. Now fronts, close, bend, and open. Carrying your posture the whole while. And stretch and reach. And bend, and side, and bend, and stretch. And push the floor away. And lengthen to lower. And push, and lengthen, and bend. We're back to the beginning. That's it. Wiping the foot along the floor, adding the arm, and fronts, and side and back and bend and open and circle the wrist to the top. Good, 3 dégagés, brush. Really sweep the foot along the floor, stretch the knee. Now bend, next position. Hugging in, reaching out, push. It's like we're pushing through the feet. Reach, stretch. Feel your posture. And bend, and side, stretch, stretch, and bend. Now we do our piqués, little prickings here. And prick, prick, close. Try not to wiggle in the hips or waist. To the back. Prick, prick, close. Side, prick, prick, close. Now we do relevés. Sink those heels, push the floor, and push. Nice tall spine. Pelvis is quiet, it's right over the feet. I know the burn comes up pretty fast on this. Good. Pushing apart. Second, push. Try to draw up through the inner thighs. Press strongly through those legs. Bend, push. Good. Now stay with straight legs. We lengthen, we lift, and lengthen, and lift. Now stay high heels. That's it. Press to the top. And lengthen, keep drawing in at your core. Keep the pelvis right where it is. Don't let it buck around. Last time, we're almost there. Good, bend. And press to the top. Hand, off, point, close. Excellent work. That is a lot. You've done like, 10 minutes of ballet right there. And hopefully you're feeling really good. Thank you so much for joining me. I have just been delighted to share this little piece of my Everyday Ballet online program. And if you'd like to train with me, definitely head over to Everyday Ballet and check it out. I have hundreds of videos. If you're a more basic member, if you want my more advanced training, we've got all of that. And I would just love to share more ballet with you. Thank you for sharing ballet with me. And until next time, happy dancing.